This is Steve Amiri right here, and we are privileged to have a guest whom first maybe I'll give him an opportunity to introduce himself.
I am Patrick Juma, and I am the Business Development Manager from Inorero University.
Thank you so much, Patrick, and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Amir.
And now, first of all, maybe just before we go ahead, there is something I want to find out, and it has to do with careers. But just before we do that, we also have another guest on our side. Welcome.
I'm Samuel Kamau. I'm a student of Inorero University.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
I'll come to you first of all, Patrick.
Yes, Amir.
The issue about career is something that has to be dealt with maybe from just immediately somebody has finished his education, let's say at secondary level.
Correct.
But sometimes it becomes a bit difficult. Maybe what are some of the things one needs to consider before choosing a career?
Actually, when it comes to choosing a career, one should not rush into choosing, because with a career, once you choose a career, it's like a lifelong commitment. It is something that you will do for a long time. So one has to really take a lot of time to think it through, do a lot of research, and ensure that whatever they choose is what they love and is something that they can do for long. So basically, when you're choosing a career, there are various factors which you have to look into. One of them is look at basically what area do you want to work in? What job excites you? Now, once you have been able to ask yourself that question and you're able to answer it, then now look at what course should you do or which subject should you take that will enable you get into that area of work that you want to pursue in your life. Another thing also that you should consider when you are choosing a career is to look at your ability to do that job. Because don't choose a course or a career because of maybe peer pressure. For example, your friends could be wanting to do, let's say, engineering, and the pressure is so much, and you choose it, and you know yourself that maybe you are weak in maths. So look also at your ability to do the subjects and the programs that will lead you to that career so that you don't become frustrated. Another factor that you have to consider when choosing a career is what are the opportunities in terms of jobs for the future. Don't look at today, because you find that careers are changing. So you have to look into the future, 5 years, 10 years from now. What jobs will be in demand? What careers will be in demand? So look at those aspects, and also look at a course or a career which, if you can't get a job with it, you can create your own job. Something that can give you an opportunity to create a job. Lastly, just to, as I conclude also, when you're choosing a career, look at the qualifications that are required by the various programs and also the universities, and if you qualify. In short, there are various factors, but I think that those are the most important that you should consider when choosing a career.
Some time back, the government deregistered some of the institutions.
Yes.
For one reason or another. Are there maybe some things people need to consider when choosing an institution of higher learning?
Very much. Actually, when choosing an institution of higher learning, the first and most important thing is the reputation of that institution. You have to check and verify, is it recognized by the Commission of Higher Education? Is it recognized by the Government of Kenya to offer the programs that it is offering? Also check if this institution has the ability to offer what it is claiming it can offer. Because some can claim that they can teach this course and this program, yet they don't have the infrastructure, even the lecturers, to teach. So one also must due diligence. So the most important thing that one should look for is the reputation. What is this university known to offer? Does it have the expertise maybe to offer the course it is offering? Is it engineering? Is it medicine? Is it ICT, Is it law? So look at this. Also look at quality of the faculty. The faculty, the lecturers who are teaching there. Are they qualified to offer this training? Because you find that with your career, it's about gaining skills which will help you navigate. And you find that nowadays, the world is so dynamic. So you have to look at what skills am I going to acquire here, and are they able to take me to the future?
Now let's go right ahead and talk about Inorero University.
Yeah.
What do you have to tell us about the institution?
Inorero University, we are also known as the Enterprise University. This basically means that all our programs that we offer, we actually have 3 schools: School of Business, School of Law, and School of ICT. So all our programs which are in these schools have the business aspect, the innovative and enterprising nature of the university incorporated and emphasized in all our programs. And we focus on developing graduates who come out, and when they come out, they are more of job creators rather than job seekers. And our graduates also, if they choose to seek employment, they are relevant to the employers. In short, Inorero University, we are the Enterprise University, and we really stress on developing people who are more of job creators rather than job seekers.
Now, maybe as you talk about that, and just before we go further, what are the qualifications in joining Inorero?
We have various programs or courses. We have certificate courses, we have diploma courses, we also have degree programs. Now, for the degree, the minimum is C+, or a relevant diploma. For the diploma, it's a C or a relevant certificate. For certificate, it's a minimum of a D+. And the good thing about Inorero University is that there's academic progression. So even if you got a D+, don't feel that you are doomed. You can start with a certificate at D+, you move to diploma, you move to degree. And from there, the sky is the limit.
Now, you know, when we are looking at this aspect about the institutions and everything, there is something that always does stand out.
Yeah.
When you talk about Inorero, its uniqueness.
Yes.
As compared to the rest.
If I can just explain, first of all, from our name, it means a place for sharpening. Inorero means a place where you sharpen. So in terms of academics, we sharpen minds, we sharpen attitudes, we sharpen skills. And again, what is so unique about us is our enterprising or enterprise philosophy, whereby in our programs, we develop our students to be more of problem solvers, people who can look at what are the concerns in society and come up with solutions, because we're encouraging them to be more of job creators. And to be a job creator, you have to be able to see what are the concerns in the society. What solutions can you come up with? And when you come up with those solutions, you create a job for yourself, where you're able to and also employ others. And basically, you also now create wealth for the whole country. So at Inorero, what is most important and unique about us is the enterprise mindset, which we give to all our students. Again, what's also unique to us and differentiates us is our relationship with the industry, whereby I find that because we have this relationship with the industry, we are able to develop curriculums or programs which address the needs of the industry, such that when our graduates leave Inorero and they seek employment, they are able to fit in the society and to fit in the places of work.
So let's talk about your virtual campuses.
Yes. Actually, in Inorero, we launched our virtual campus this year in February. And virtual campus was basically it's a solution that we brought, whereby we are enabling people to access education from wherever they are. Because you realize when you come to Nairobi, when the clock hits 5, everybody dashes out to rush to the class. Now, the employers, yes, fine, they are encouraging staff to equip themselves with skills. But at the same time, them dashing at 5 o'clock, prompt, they are also affecting productivity. So we are addressing the issue of bringing education to people where they are. And through our virtual campus, they are able to do their certificate or diploma or degree from the comfort of where they are. This virtual campus, it offers all our programs. And in terms of quality, they are the same. And I can say even much better than a person who comes face-to-face in classroom. So with our virtual campus, you are able to access notes online, do your cuts online and submit them online. The only time you'll come to Inorero is when you come to do your exams.
Now, there is something about ICT in education, maybe. How can the professionals or even students utilize ICT to access education?
Actually, virtual campus is one example of how you use ICT to access education. Because through our virtual campus, you find that it's a virtual campus. That word in itself explains. Yeah. It's a virtual campus. It's there. So what you do basically, the content is uploaded online. So you register through to IU University, Inorero University. We'll give you access to our virtual campus. You are able to access your content, the notes, read them, do the exams online, submit them online. So you find that you are able to access education using ICT. And this is a way in which ICT is enabling people access education without having to go to class. And again, it makes it affordable. So ICT makes education affordable, convenient, flexible, and basically it's education anywhere you are. You're not confined to the four walls of the classroom. Yes.
Let me come to you, Samuel. Now, you've been through Inorero.
Yes.
Maybe what can you tell us about the course and what you're doing?
Okay, let me start by saying that I'm the greatest testimony of Inorero University's market-driven courses. And their culture of creating an enterprise and innovative mindset. Currently, I'm taking a degree in ICT. I'm in my third year, and my achievements so far is that I was one of the 5 finalists of the Pivot East Africa. It was a competition for East Africa. So I was participating in the utilities categories, and I was among the top 5. That was a great achievement, considering it was in all East African countries. And from there, my application is called and verified, the one I was competing with, and it is an application for verification of documents. So currently, I'm in negotiations with Kenya Revenue Authority on how they can adopt the system and will be used to aid in the operations of the general public. Secondly, I'm participating in Demo Africa, which is due on 24th October. It is not a competition, it is a pitch to investors. So we have investors from Silicon Valley who will be in Kenya taking ideas from the whole of Africa. So they want to invest in some ideas which they think have great potential. And on 24th, I'll be doing so.
I want to find one thing. What attracted you to Inorero compared to all other institutions? What was the unique thing that drove you there?
Okay, the thing that drove me to Inorero University is through recommendation. I had a friend of mine who was studying at Inorero. I had seen his success, and I wanted to achieve like he had.
And in terms of maybe building entrepreneurs, what would you say about the institution?
One testimony of how enterprising Inorero University can cultivate you to be. So I'm not the only innovative student at Inorero University. We have some other colleagues who are at Google, and it's because Inorero University have given them training that will make them fit in the market, because being in Google, it's a big thing.
It's true.
Yes. So Inorero University enables you to fit in the industry through giving you the relevant skills and enterprising mind that will make you to be productive in the organizations. Yes.
There are some young men who are listening out there. Some of them have just finished their Form 4 exams, others are waiting to just sum up their secondary life this year. And maybe they are at crossroads, not knowing what to do. You as a student, and having gone through Inorero, what would be your advice to them?
My advice to them would be, you know what you can do best, because you don't, maybe your parents can tell you, maybe take medicine, take this course, but inside you, there's that small voice that tells you, I'm good in this. Like me after high school, I was given lots of advice to do civil engineering and many other courses, but in me, I felt I had some passion for technology and computers. So I went for that, and I'm good at it. So I cannot regret following my heart, what I wanted to do, and not the advice of the others. Because as much as advice is good, in terms of a course, it's a lifetime commitment. It's just like getting married. So you choose a partner who you want to live with forever. So if you don't choose a suitable course for you, you will live with the regrets the whole of your life.
So it's like living in the same house with an enemy for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Steve Amiri is my name. I'm joined with Patrick and Samuel. We are discussing matters about education, and more importantly, it's all about Inorero. So keep it right here. Great things and more. All right, dear listeners, Steve Amiri right here with you again, and still with us is Patrick and Samuel.
Yes.
We are still looking at matters about education, and more importantly, right now, we want to look at the aspect of e-learning. Maybe, Patrick, what would you have to say about that?
Actually, e-learning brings education where you are, closer to you. And you don't have to think of education or acquiring education only by going to class. E-learning in terms of quality is as good or even better than a person who goes to class, because through e-learning you do a lot of study on your own. However, you have 100% support from the lecturers. And e-learning, the content that you access online is the same content that people who go to class also access. So basically with e-learning, it allows you to study from where you are, and you don't necessarily need to have a computer. With e-learning, you can even get the content. If you have a smartphone or an internet-enabled phone, you are able to access your notes, to read them, You can also do your assignments. You just download them, look at them, do the assignments, and also submit your assignments back to the lecturer, and they are marked, and you get your marks also online. So e-learning in terms of quality is just good. And the beauty about it is that it enables you to have education without having to restrict you to go to a class.
Yes. Right where you are.
Yes.
And now I'm trying to think about it. Could it be also cheaper cost-wise?
Yes, it is. It is very cheap. I wouldn't say cheap, but I would say it is competitive or affordable, because people who study through e-learning pay 30% less than people who come face-to-face.
Yeah.
So it is also friendly to the pocket, and you're able to access your education, and you can study anytime. If, let's say, you're a busy person, you go to work from morning to evening, therefore you don't have time to go to class in the evening, you can access your notes maybe in the evening, at night, from wherever you are, do your assignment, study, and still acquire your qualifications, just like somebody who went to class on a face-to-face session. Yes.
And I'm also trying to think about it. It's in terms of convenience, that you really don't have to rush through traffic to go to class.
Yes, yes.
You can have your own convenient time wherever you could be. So what would be your advice to those who are yet to embrace e-learning?
I would encourage them to take up e-learning. It's very easy to apply. You can apply anytime. At Inorero, you can apply anytime throughout the year. So there is no start date, like let's say next semester is starting maybe in January. You can apply and enroll on e-learning at any time. And again, it gives you that flexibility, so you are able to achieve your dream of acquiring the degree, the diploma, the certificate in a very convenient, very flexible way. And within the same time, as a face-to-face student, you also acquire a degree or a diploma. Yes.
Tell us about your intake that is upcoming.
We are having an intake in January of 2013. We have our intake for regular students, face-to-face, and also for e-learning, which I've said is continuous throughout the year. And we have 3 schools at Inorero University. We have the School of ICT, we have the School of Business, we also have the School of Law. I'll just quickly go through the programs that we have in these schools. In the School of ICT, we have our Bachelors of Information, Communication and Technology. We also have our Bachelors of Information Science. Then we have diplomas in the same degree courses that I've mentioned above. We also have certificate courses in ICT. Then we also have a diploma in 3D and multimedia animation. This is a very exciting program under the School of ICT for people who are creative. With this 3D, that is now actually, when you look at even the movies which are being created, they are all 3D movies, like let's say Avatar. And this program enables you to do such programs. Even you can look at our adverts, which are running in the TV, on TV. They are all 3D. So this course is very exciting for people who are creative and would want to join the industry of maybe advertising or media industry or the film industry. Then in the School of Business, we have Bachelors of Commerce. We have Bachelors of Office Management, and Office Administration. Then we have various diplomas, and we also have certificate programs. And we also have a diploma in financial and stock market trading under our School of Business, which is also very exciting because you find that with this diploma in financial and stock market trading, it equips people to be ready to work in the stock market, in the securities exchange. Then we have the School of Law. In the School of Law, we have one program right now, which is the Diploma in Law. And we also have a diploma in intellectual property. And right now you can see in Kenya, very many young people are very creative. And you find that at times they are creative and people take advantage of them because they don't know how to protect the intellectual property. They come up with very good songs, very good innovations in ICT, but because no one tells them how to protect their intellectual property, someone takes it away, and before they know it, they have lost. So we have this program, which also has a great future, and the market is very big for it. These are basically, in short, the programs that we have at Inorero University. and which we are offering in our January intake. Yes.
Do you only have one intake per year?
No, we have 3 intakes in a year. We have the January intake, we have the May intake, and we also have the September intake. Yes.
All right. Now, just before we sum up, maybe I'll just come back to you, Samuel. Do you have anything to share with us before we sum up the program?
Okay, I'm proud to be a student of Inoro University because it has equipped me with the skills that I need for the market. We know it is a changing market, and especially in the ICT field, and Inoro University has come up with courses that will keep you at par with the market. So I would like to encourage the youth and the old, because you also need to join Inoro University. It is a place where you get quality education, you will get a great mindset of entrepreneurship and innovation, and you'll be a person who will be market ready by the time you finish your course.
I also want to mention about one of our programs in the School of ICT, which is a certificate in mobile applications. And this one, basically, the students are taught on how to come up with applications which solve solutions which are there. And I would also want to let my colleague here, who is also a student at Inoro, to talk more about it.
So one of my exciting fields of my degree in ICT is that I have been trained on how to develop mobile applications. With mobile applications, we know that majority or the greatest population of every economy has access to mobile phones, leave alone having computers. Because the mobile penetration, like in Kenya, it is 30 million subscribers. So in our university, we are being trained on how to access and provide solutions to this great audience. With mobile applications, we will be able to develop applications which every user, even the mama mboga out there, if he want to access a service, maybe he or she does not have access to a computer, he can be able to do that through his or her phone. This gives solutions which the public needs at a low cost.
Thank you so much. There has been Patrick and Samuel. Is there anything you want to add?
I'll just encourage all the youths who have not joined any college or who have not joined a university to come to Inoro University. We have an intake in January 2013, and the greatest thing that you come out with from Inoro is the enterprise mindset and the skills that equip you for this very dynamic world that we are living in.
All right. Thank you so much. I want to believe that you've gotten the information you wanted. I really want to thank our guests, Patrick and Samuel. Thank you so much for joining us in this program. And to all of you outside there, most definitely, Inoro is the university of choice, and we hope you'll be able to make informed decisions so that you can equip yourself in terms of entrepreneurship and making sure that you are not employed, but rather you employ. Goodbye for now.